How you doing, guys? It's Big Mac Dance School here again today. Just got a quick video for you today. It's an unboxing video. It's something, I'm hoping it's something that I bought on eBay. I was trying to resist eBay purchases, but I've got certain urges I have to take care of. So let's get this open and then have a look what's inside. I normally pre-open the boxes and then just open them nicely, but I thought I'd do this one properly for you. Although I think it's going to be very complicated because it's two boxes and I can barely open one box normally. Let's see. Oh my god, it's rattling around. I'm sure you can guess the nature of the goods inside the box, but I can't guess how to get in. Here we go. Right, let's open an end. Found that useful way of doing it last time. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to rip this open. There we go. So, you can see the nature of this purchase. I've got three. 1, 2. Wow, quite like the pattern on the top of that one. 3 wave serpents. 1, 2. There's 1, 2. It's only got 2 stands with it, but I should have a spare somewhere. It's only got two of the weapons turrets with it, but I knew that before I made the purchase. So 3 wave serpents in one of the boxes. Switch over to the other. Check there's nothing else in there first. No, nothing else. You can't even see. Never mind. Just got the tape on this box with the video paused, just so it's easier for me to open. There we go. So inside this one, I've got some Harlequin stuff. So we've got a Star Weaver there. Now, one thing about eBay purchases, of course, is you're never quite sure. You can see roughly how the paint job is. The paint on this is like, it's a bit thick. It's got varnish over the top. But I can work with that. Varnish over the top there. But this is glued in place. One thing I'd like is if I could turn that. But it's glued in place. But, the price, I got them for, just over half price. So the price I paid for them, I'd say is worth just giving up some of the movability of the vehicles themselves and stuff. So we've got a Star Weaver there, excuse me. Here we have a Void Weaver. That looks like it's snapped off in transit, but again, no worries there. I can just reattach that. Here's one of the Harlequins from the Void Weaver. Again, I'm not bothered about the paint job. It's more that I've got the actual miniatures. The Sky Weaver there. Very long them, aren't they? Like compared to the Harlequin jet bikes. What I might do is a comparison video on the Harlequin jet bike, the old metal Harlequin jet bike that had the Harlequin face on the front, and this. There we go, got a bit more, almost got a bit more focus there. There we go, so it's got an interesting little pattern on it, but it's not really a paint job that I like that much, so I'll be changing that to match my Harlequins. But this isn't going to form part of my Get It Painted series, or my Nick's New Year's Painting Challenge series rather. It's not going to form that. just because it's going to be loads for me to do. I mean, it'll be sort of tagged onto the end of it, but not. Here's a turret you can see from. If you know any Eldar, you'll know it's a turret from a Falcon. Very nice. Again, the weapons are glued in place, so not ideal, not what I'd like, but the price I got it all for. This Falcon, for example, was £12, and I think it's a £28 or £31 kit. Oh. Wait a minute. So this is a Wave Serpent here to go with that, and that's why it was missing a flying stand, because it's got the flying stand on the bottom of that one. I didn't notice as I opened the box. This is the Falcon, and yeah, so the turret for the Falcon grav tank. What I'm doing, I've got another Falcon grav tank myself. I'll paint them up in BL10 colours of Falcon grav tanks, and then I'll use it as part of the one of the benefits of taking a Falcon tank squadron of 3 tanks is that you can deep strike them. So I'll be doing that and probably filling it with some squads, assault squads perhaps. So let's get down to the nitty gritty in here. Move that out of the way. There's one of the canopies from Skyweaver or Voidweaver. Tell you what, let's move all this out of the way. Like these. No, actually, there we go. Only got 44 seconds left, but I've got an actual solitaire miniature there, so I can use that as a good basis for my solitaire miniature. If it will focus. Of course it will. There we go. But yeah, I'm probably gonna. Well, actually, I might not change the colour of this, because then it'll mean I can do a second Harlequin mask in the future if I wanted to. So I might just leave that as is for the time being. Just use them as inspiration for my solitaire conversion. I've got a solitaire, a Death Jester, and a Shadow Seer, all in the same box, and 1 troop of Harlequins. It's the old resin Harlequins, but yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I've got these same Harlequins, but in metal. So I've got these ones from 7 years ago. These are 7 or 8 years ago now. These are probably from about 5-6 years ago when they changed them to fine cast resin. But yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Just show you the Troop Master before we go. Okay, there's a Troop Master. It's a slightly different pose from the newer plastic one. He's sort of floating on like his streamers that come off his coat and that. There we go. I just thought I'd sum it all up very quickly for you in one final picture. So you can see I got the 3 Wave Serpents. I'll probably leave them as they are for the time being in Ianden colours, as they can go with my Wraith Constructs army. Use them as transports for some Wraith Guard. The Falcon grav tank I'll be painting up in BL10 colours eventually when I get to it. The Harlequin troop and all the Harlequins are going to enable me to play some of the larger formations or detachments from the Harlequin Codex, so I can effectively play a Harlequin army by itself now. I've got 3 troops. I've got a lot of painting to do before I can play them all, but I've got 3 troops now. I've got a Starweaver, 2 Voidweavers, or 2 Starweavers and a Voidweaver, and then I've got 2 units of Skyweavers. So they'll eventually all be painted up in my colour scheme that you'll have seen on my Voidweaver / Starweaver, which is like a black and white with hints of colour. So my Voidweaver Starweaver has got like tealy colours on it. I'm going to maybe use some reds and some yellows, something like that, on a troop of the light, a troop of the twilight, and a troop of the dark. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for you. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the battlefield.